Hey everybody, it's Monday, and you know what that means. It's Toy Chats. I know it is always fun to be on here, and it's your boy Dre, the Geek Dad, the host with the most, with my co-host. Yes, Smitty, we miss you. You'll be back soon. But my dynamic duo, compatriot, King Bob,
What's going
the
on?
man. He is the man. Love him to death. And now I'm going to introduce to you because we're going to start this off with the joke that everybody wanted to start with this off. I followed Discord.
Come on, man! You can't just throw it out there like that. You just have to roll with it.
I'm gonna go
We're
with
gonna
it.
throw you under the bus right away.
Yeah, I throw myself. See, I'll throw myself under. See,
I mean, go ahead.
so Yesy, this is for you.
Yeah.
So for the guy that screwed up the whole creator of sandwiches that puts food porn on my Facebook wall, it is Miss Scadutes
Yay.
right here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Dude, thank you for coming on. We are so glad to have you on, and like getting to actually talk to you now, like where it's live and we're just kind of sitting here shooting the shit.
There's no pressure.
Yeah, exactly. Please, ignore the mess behind me. I've been working on my backdrop, like as you can see.
That's behind me. Come on now.
Oh no, this is like I've been working on my display for like a while, and this is like behind my head, as you can see, I have my hammer, my Marvel Legends hammer, and some Legos and Power Rangers that fell over, and Star Wars that are trying to stay up, and I'm trying to figure out how to get the backdrop going. But yes,
I don't have a display. I'm jealous that you even have one. I have like boxes piled up on my work desk and toys stashed inside, and there's toys everywhere.
Oh yeah.
So you're good. I got carcasses that are things dremeled out and like just toys everywhere. So you're good, man.
So I have to ask, like a lot of people that watch the show don't always really know about the artist, except for like Smitty, because he is like our resident creative artist, like expert. Yeah, Bob would be his protege. So
yeah, he's grooming me like a Qui-Gon Jinn.
So I have to ask, tell us about yourself.
Are you gonna put me on the spot?
Because that's what I do.
Trey.
Listen, I'm a former New Yorker. I'm Puerto Rican. I'm loud. Guess what I do? Love you. Mean it.
Christina.
Miser. I have an art background. I went to school for it, but never graduated. I make sandwiches.
That looks awesome.
All right, that's the true art form right there.
The sandwiches.
Yes.
They're yummy. Oh my god, dude! Like I recreated. So the other day I was at the
whoa! You stealing my shit?
Well, I mine it.
Recreated one of my creations.
Well, listen. I don't eat cheese, and I separate and the mayo and some other stuff. I took off of it, but I pretty much made it like yours.
Okay.
So it was so good. It was like it wasn't yours.
Which one did you steal? Which one?
Oh God, what was it? It was like one that had turkey bacon. It had some other.
They all got bacon.
Bacon's amazing. It's like
bacon's my candy.
What's up, Dusty?
Mm-hmm. It is. It's yummy. So besides making sandwiches, what got you to want to do this sort of creative, fun side besides having the art? Like let's start where let's actually go to the beginning. Let's start where little Scadutes got her first, where she got her little crayons exactly little Jenny. Did you get your little crayons? What was the first thing that inspired you to like go on?
My mom drew just like doodles and stuff, so I was always fascinated with what she did, and kind of just I did doodles myself. I got heavy into drawing Disney, drawing precious moment stuff because I like to collect them, and just cartoon stuff. I love cartoons. I do cartoons all day.
That's dope.
So it's fun.
So like what kind of like cartoons? Like I mean, we're I don't want to date myself. I think I'm
old.
Right now,
I'm 40. So
I'm older than you.
Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes. Okay, so we're talking like classic Bugs, Daffy, all that. I love that.
Yeah, and I drew my own characters that I tried to mimic, that look or that style, and I came up with. I was always doodling.
Cool. Now, did that actually translate into like stuff that you're doing now, like in your own kind of style? Like, did that, like, like how Alex is like and Search and Destroy, they and like Red, they have like their own universes that their characters dwell in.
Yeah, not so much. I enjoyed it heavily as a kid, and then I even like went to art school for illustration and stuff. But I kind of lost the drawing, and it wasn't until the creative stuff, the cards picked up, that I really just started drawing all over again. Like, I haven't really drawn in a long time, since college.
Wow. So
I'll do a doodle now and again, but usually I got into sculpting, and it's like I just picture it in my head and I try to sculpt it, and I don't even bother with the drawing process.
Oh, so that like even so like you don't even do like with 3D printing or mess with any of that stuff?
No, I don't do any of that right now. I'm just trying to dip my toes into that water.
Ah, okay, very cool, very cool. This is always interesting to hear, because I've heard everybody that has always started with the stories of like very similar to yours. They got into cartoons or like comic books or action figures and like drawing stuff, and then eventually either went to school for it or while in school kind of segued into that. So knowing, like, what do you obviously you say now you picture it in your head. Is it hard to edit like the actual sculpt of whatever medium you're sculpting in? Like, is it harder to like re-edit something that you want to do, or can you explain that process?
Much. I mean, I take a ball of clay and I start messing with it. If I don't like it, I change it. I add more clay. I redo it. And it's not that hard. I kind of go about things like the long way. I like to redo things and make things a lot more difficult for myself. Which I guess in the long run sucks for me, but that's just kind of how my brain works.
No, but that's cool in a lot of ways too, because like I know some people actually like to. I mean, lots of my friends, I think my wife included, would say I like to run my head into the wall.
Yeah, I do.
And then eventually,
everything I work on, I'm like, fuck, I screwed something up. I gotta do it again. I make everything harder for myself.
Oh yeah, I damn sure know I do that too. And then it's like suddenly once I screwed up, it's like, oh, oopsie, didn't mean to screw that up. Let's try that again. So that's exactly that. Let me say hello to everybody. Hey, Christina. Hey, Ghosty.
Is there a way to see the chat? I can't see the chat.
Yes. I don't. If you're using your phone,
I am.
I think that there's a way that you can have the comments show up on your phone. I don't know. Like there's a little there should be like a little like text box, and it should pop up, and you can see them. We'll put some of them on here on screen. Like I'll put Ghosties up here and show you. So like Ghosty says, I make sandwiches. And then we got my boy Christian, who is up and visiting on business. Hey, my brother, good to see you. Glad you are here. And then we have
Miss Christina Payne.
And Miss Christina Payne, and she said, hey. So we're gonna say hey back to you. So, obviously I agree. Spread the love. That's one of the big things I like doing, especially with everything in the current world. So this is our escape from that, folks. This is our chance to actually talk about fun shit that's not related to whatever everybody else's crap in the universe we're talking about. So I have to then now move into what got you to now move from the aspect of I've now sculpted it, I've now created something, now I want to sell it and go that route. When did that come about?
So most of the stuff I make, I tend to make for myself, and as I post pictures of it, if somebody messages me, hey, I want it, then I kind of cry a little bit, and then I'm like, all right, you can have it. And I kind of need the money anyway, so I mean that's just kind of how I operate. I do commissions, so if somebody wanted something, they could message me, but kind of pokey, and I like to just work in my own mind frame and not have to worry about somebody. Is it done yet? Is it done yet? Is it done yet? So I mean, if you want something, you're more than welcome to message me at any time. But I tend to always just create for myself.
And that's not a bad thing too, I guess, because I know a lot of people don't like to be stuck to a specific schedule of like following commissions, especially like you just said. I know a lot of people that when you are working on something, it becomes, where is it? Why is it not here? Oh, I want my money. Or, oh, when I commissioned you and it should take this time period, but you're the artist.
I have
you
9 to 5. I work 40 plus hours a week. I have my rheumatoid arthritis, so like I get flare-ups. I get time where I just want to be in bed, and I can't function unless I'm in bed. So like I have my down days, and I don't always have the time to do the work. So yeah, I have to work around that. And
as somebody with RA, that's an RA sufferer for the last Lord knows, going on like 10 years now. I understand your pain, and it's not easy.
24 years.
Eesh. I didn't get diagnosed till I was 30 is when I got diagnosed, and they took forever to figure that out.
Yeah, they took a year to figure me out. Like they put me on all kinds of different medicine, kept telling me I had Lyme's disease.
Yep, Rocky Mountain spotted fever was what they thought I had.
Some shit, and then finally it just took one doctor to look at my paperwork and say, I work with a bunch of morons. So he said, go see a rheumatologist. And that's that.
Yep. For me, my doctor, I changed doctors, and that's when everything changed for me. But I know that's got to be hard for the artistic process because, again, you sculpt with your hands. And, if you got pain, you don't want to sculpt.
Yeah, and it's weird what you were talking about before we went live. Right now you have shoulder pain. Like I feel like every 6 months, like it kind of like relocates itself. Like I'll have problems with my hands for a while, and then that goes away, and then all of a sudden I have problems with my knees, and all of a sudden I have problems somewhere else.
Hey Eddie.
And my hands are pretty much all right, but I get a lot of hip pain. I get a lot of just pain in general. It just makes me really tired.
I'll tell you now, my boy. That's been going through a lot. One of my friends, he's now in his mid 50s, and he had gout, so he has leg issues, and then I had leg issues. So my wife bought me one of these like bent like pillows that you can put in the bed.
Oh
and that thing was great.
Yeah,
it helped a lot. And then my shoulder now just started literally about a week ago. Now my shoulder has been hurting me. So I mean, to me, I'd rather it be my shoulder and my knees. One or the other, not both at the same time, because trying to pick up a 2-year-old one-handed, not easy.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely.
So
when I had my kid, she's 14 now, I was at one of my worst periods. So I totally feel you on that.
So I'm going to say hello, Eddie Que Lo Que, my buddy. He's another artist, too. He is a retiring tattoo artist. My man right here. He is amazing. I saw some of his anime-style artwork at his shop this past, I think it was when we went live. Eddie, was Friday or Thursday. I think we went live for a minute. Dímelo, muchacho, I'm telling you right now, I got to look at some stuff. He's good. So, and then he just is another person that I love seeing the people that look at artists and like automatically assume that like draw me something or do this right now. Some people don't work like that. Like I hate going to like comic book conventions and seeing that, like where you go there and you're like, hey, you're an awesome artist. You're one of my favorite artists. Sketch me something real quick.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I don't like being put on the spot like that.
Oh no, I could tell by your accent. You are obviously from Wisconsin. You're not a native New Yorker.
What are you talking
about? Forget about it. Come on. I know a New York accent.
I
know a New York accent when I see it. So,
from Long Island.
Exactly. Yeah. As your people would call it, Strong Island.
Yeah,
but I don't call it that.
No.
Forget about it. I'm from the Bronx. I'm from actual actual New York,
Actual New York.
not the tail end. But I get
I'm
I
from the
get you.
burbs. It's all good.
Hold on. Hey, listen, Peanut Gallery. Shush. My wife making fun of it from actual New York. And she's born and raised here in North Carolina. So yeah. I like what Eddie said. None of us artists are like that. But yeah, it's I was curious because not like after we had Ganga on the show last week and hearing that his style is very including and like inspired by graffiti art, and hearing yours was like cartoon, where do you feel like your style sits now, and has it evolved and changed in your time while you're sculpting?
No, it's still somewhat cartoony. Like, it's changed a lot in the way that I'm more horror themed. Like, if people aren't familiar with my work, I do the whole guts and gore thing.
Yes, that
So,
looks
like,
awesome.
I love to use my Dremel and like hollow stuff out, and I sculpt. The skeleton, I sculpt Gore. I do all kinds of creepy shit that is not always for everybody, but I get a lot of cool reactions sometimes, mixed reactions. But I mean, it is what it is. I enjoy it.
Just right now, just so you know, Eddie Figs, myself, and Bob are very big horror fans. So it's a win.
Yeah.
That is dope.
That's an original sculpt that I started, and I actually started him a long time ago, and he's been put on hold. I can't. Here we go.
That looks cool. I like that one.
Yeah. So I mean, I have an obsession with like pumpkin stuff. So
very cool.
Yeah. More little pumpkin themed things.
Hey, that one looks cool.
Oops, I keep losing the camera. There we go.
I like that. That is very, very nice.
Yeah, so I got this little dunny guy. I love pumpkin stuff, and this dude asked me, he commissioned me to make this, but he didn't pay up front, and now it's like, all right, time to pony up the cash, and he's like, yeah, some life crisis happened to happen, and now he doesn't want it.
Wow.
So whatever.
Honestly,
that's another thing with commissions. I like to just make for myself. So.
Have you ever thought of going? Because I know in Florida there is a huge
Spooky Empire.
Yeah, there's Spooky Empire. There's that's like one of the larger horror cons I've seen next to North Carolina, what we have here. And that's like Walker Stalker in Atlanta, because I mean that's obviously Walker Stalker. But have you ever thought of like making a couple pieces, or like going to like an artist alley at one of those style conventions?
I've never done like vended at a con before. I attend cons, but I'm hoping that I put in for the Creatives Con, so we'll see what happens with that. But
very cool.
Yeah, like the aspects of like I've always done it for a hobby because I do it for myself and not with the intention of selling. So I've always never really like, I don't know, what am I gonna do for a con? But now I'm getting more into that hustle mode, and I am trying to push it more as an income thing. So I mean, doing a con is definitely beneficial for me. So I'm looking into it.
Yeah, I mean, in this day and age where like the hustle was real, like when I talked to Mento, and when we've had
absolutely.
Like, when we've talked to like.
So speaking of Mento,
love the t-shirt. I saw that on Facebook. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just a level that I think is awesome to hear that the hustle's real. Hey, Yessie, I already started. Yessie, just so you know, you're late, miss, and I started the show with the joke rolling over me already. So, ha. You're going to have to watch the replay to see that.
No, the hustle is definitely real. I see it everywhere. And it's like, it's infectious. It's like, wow, I want to do that too. Wow, I've always just, like I said, done my own thing. I don't have any digital work at all. But I keep seeing it, and I get that envious FOMO thing. Like I want to be included. I want to do it too. So,
Have you thought about like
push myself.
getting like the tablet and like going and doing the whole like?
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. I mean, I just added Nomad onto my phone for now, but so when I got my income taxes, I was like, yeah, I'm doing this, and that, and then I never did any of those things because I'm bad that way. But so yeah, working on it.
Ah, dude, don't even worry about working on it. I know it'll come. It's all a matter of time. We've said this, Bob and I both, and I think it's kind of irony that Bob and I have been doing this by ourselves like the last 2-3 weeks, and we both had our own channels and individual success, but then we realized when JC was like, just go under the same banner, and boom, like it blossoms and it works. Because why were we always trying to compete with each other's schedules when we're like, hey, dude, we can just sit with each other, do fun shit, and talk and have a good time. Cool. Like Eddie said, life happens. Hey, Kenneth Bird, it's good to have you, man.
Hey, Kenneth, what's going on?
And yeah, Eddie said it best. Life happens. I mean, there's so many times that like we look to want to go say, I don't know, buy something, and then it's like, oh, like it happened with my wife's car. It happened with my car. We were like, oh man, we're gonna go get something, and then it was like, my car literally breaks down, doesn't want to start.
Yeah.
Then we had to go use that $3,000 I had to go buy, put it down to get a new car.
Yeah.
Then we had to get tires on my wife's car. Then we had to get a tire on my car. It's like little things just kept like coming up, and you're just like, man, all that little bit of like, you try to, you know, and sometimes it's just life, sometimes it's just the way it is, and you know, we roll with it. So,
yeah, for me, other people drop toys, and I want their toys more than I want.
Well, for me, it was hard sitting at home this weekend watching everyone post all the cool shit I can't fucking buy. But you know,
yeah, that addiction is real, man. It's like, oh shit, I start getting twitchy. I'm like, so-and-so's dropping something. So-and-so's dropping something. This one's dropping shit, and then before you know it, whatever money I had is gone.
Oh, dude, I think yes, he said it best. I'm gonna hit this comment right up here. It showed up on the window. Blah, life sucks. Can we just win the lotto? 5%. That's all I ask. I agree. Claro que sí. Dame cinco.
Hey, I've won the lottery a few times. Not like big jackpots, but like a couple grand, and that shit goes quick.
Oh, dude, imagine.
That
like,
shit,
okay.
I have a gambling problem. When I'm at work, I'm in a deli all day, and if it's quiet, forget it. I spend money on numbers like you would not believe. But I won $7,000 like in the matter of like 2 months, so that was real nice.
Yeah, dude.
And I won big money like on a few spurts, but it does not last long at all.
Oh no, dude! I'll tell you for fact of facts. It's like when I first started teaching, and they handed me my signing bonus, because back about 10 years ago, when I first came to North Carolina, they would give you your signing bonus when you signed your contract. Yeah. So I signed my contract. 2 weeks later, I get direct deposit, and I got hit with like $8,000, and I was like, "What?" I was like, I'm getting paid, and I haven't even set foot in the classroom yet.
Yeah.
So I was like, good. I paid my friend rent, and I went and I was like, I don't have a laptop. Go to the Microsoft store, come out $4,000 later. You know, it's like,
hey, Brandy.
You know, it's something that, you know, was very surprising. And, you know, now it's like my wife just said it best. It's like, you know, we'll get $3,000, and it's just like, whoop, gone. Like here 1 minute, gone the next. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I get you. So let's see. We got
Brandy in the house.
Hello, Brandy. Geek Meets Eats. I love that name. See, that's like you and Jet and Scadutes need to do a show together called Geek Meets Eats, where she cooks something, like make something at the deli and you eat it. That would be fire. We film it, we get it up, and I can see a show. See, look, I got you. I can make you revenue. I got you. Bob and I are going to segue out of being podcasters, and we'll become producers, and we'll start producing content.
I mean, true money would be if you could figure out a way to ship those sandwiches nationwide.
Yeah, no,
freezer bags.
That's where the money's at right there.
Overnight sandwiches. Can you overnight me a sandwich?
Dude, you could.
I mean, literally, if
friend of mine got to pay $60, like if they live in California for a sandwich.
Yo, if you're that hungry, shit, Uber Eats. Uber Eats. Think about that. We could come up with the new version of Uber Eats. Man, I
Oh
want
god,
New
Eddie,
York.
yeah.
I want me some New York pizza. I don't love pizza as much as a lot of people do, but imagine wanting a New York pizza, and I'm like, shit. There are New York pizza places that will deliver to other states. Can they freeze it, and they charge you like through the ass. There's 2 places in Chicago that make like the deep dish pizzas, and literally they ship to everywhere.
Really?
They'll go anywhere in the
Yeah.
United States. And
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
internationally have asked them, like, ship it, like, would you ship to Mexico? Would you ship to Canada?
Don't
Like, nope.
don't start running that mouth of yours, because then how about that? Then I'll start getting sandwich orders up to you.
No,
Hey guys,
great.
hit her up.
No, the worst for me is back home. There's a hot dog place that is known in Westchester. It's called Walters. They sell their hot dogs nationally now. To buy a pack of 12 is like fucking $50. I'm not paying $50 for freaking hot dogs. I'm sorry.
No, that's
I will fly my happy ass back up there. I'll buy 12 and I'll eat them. But I'm not gonna have them delivered to the house for $60.
no,
Dude,
that's
White
that's
Castle.
outrageous.
That's
a
like getting White
little
Castle up there,
excessive.
bro. Whenever I fly back up to New York, which it's been now, God, it's been, let's see, we've been together.
White Castle.
Yeah, so I have not been there in 4 years. 4 years. I have not been back home. And the last time I was up there, my family spoiled. I had just turned 40, so my family spoiled me rotten. They were like, I was like, I had my family cooked for me, so I had traditional Spanish food. Then we went to White Castle. Then I went to Chinatown, and I had fresh dumplings from all the cool China places that I loved in Chinatown. I went to all the tea shops I loved going to. It was such a good experience. And it's like, do I miss it? Yes.
Nope.
But can I go when I go up there to do it now? It's gonna be with my kids and my wife. It'll be so much more fun.
Yeah.
Because I think I would love to just expose them to that side of the food. Because there's something about going to Little Italy and getting tricolor cookies.
Oh god, yeah.
Getting them from, the grocery shop here. Yeah, or getting a cannoli. Something is, and I don't want to sound disrespectful.
Nothing beats cannoli, man. Nothing.
I was gonna say, I mean, right now I would probably trade just about anything for a good actual freaking cannoli. Not
Nothing beats a cannoli.
Not the ones you find in grocery stores. I want one out of.
I'm allergic to chocolate and I'm lactose intolerant. So yes, there is something that will be.
Bro, I don't care
my
about
wife.
Lactose intolerant, allergic, whatever. I will stick to friggin'. I will do whatever. I wouldn't care. EpiPen, fucking death. I don't care.
Guys, I don't do cheese. I don't do milk. It's like all the best things.
Well, that's what my wife says when she laughs because they love chocolate, but I don't eat chocolate. I'll buy her all the chocolate she wants, but me won't touch it. And then my friends for my birthday, because our birthdays are literally a day apart. So this year we were like, oh, we're gonna stay home. We're gonna play board games, have a good time. And they're like, hey, he's like, Dre, find you some cookies that you can eat, like on Insomnia Cookies website. I'll buy them. And then I'm going to buy the rest of us the good cookies that we can actually eat. And I was like, I looked at Insomnia Cookies and I'm like, holy shit. I told my wife, I'm like, babe, they got some kick-ass cookies on here. And she's like, oh my God. I'm like, babe, look, they made a cookie, a peanut butter cup cookie with peanut butter cups stuck in half of it. Like, it's like they just stuck it and like put it in there with other things. And she was just like,
that sounds real good.
Oh, dude. Your food porn is food porn, but I can give you dessert porn.
I found this ice cream place that just opened up over by me, and they actually have like lactose intolerant selections. But the cone is shaped like a taco, and they scrape it up into a roll and then stuff it inside the taco. And then sprinkle all kinds of the toppings, like it would be shredded cheese or lettuce or whatever, but it's sprinkles and it's chocolate chips. It was fucking banging.
There's some good shit out there. You just got to find it. Like, I mean, there's a little place that we go to over here because being lactose intolerant, and my little one, we just are starting to expose her because she's turned 2 to like milk. Like she drinks like 2% milk, and she drank whole milk. But we gave her ice cream. Like I get her like the vegan ice cream. And man, it is so good from there. Like there are vegan ice creams that suck. I will admit that. Like I've eaten some, and they're just terrible. But we get like lactose-free Breyers, and that just it tastes like regular Breyers ice cream. Like,
Does it?
yeah, if you had Breyers ice cream, it is Breyers ice cream. It's the textures. That's where we were because I made my wife a milkshake yesterday, and she says I heard her. You'll hear her in the background.
I heard her. Yes.
Yeah. So I made a milkshake, and it's like. It just is super watery because there's no fat content in it. So like you have to use like 3/4 of the pint to like actually make a milkshake that's viable. Versus if you had
what do you substitute for milk? Like do you do
I use almond milk, I use coconut milk.
Have you tried the oatmeal one or oat milk?
I've tried oat milk. Oat milk I like it's a little different. I like oat milk in coffee. I don't like it I like it also in ice cream because it gives that fat texture to it.
Yes.
It's really good. I have a coffee one by Oatley, the espresso blend. It is fantastic.
Sweet.
It's like it tastes like coffee. It's just literally like the perfect cup of coffee in ice cream. Like, I love it. I found it out the sad way. I almost died. Like my mom was in Columbia Presbyterian Hospital getting a stress test, and I went to the street vendor in New York, and we was living in New York at the time. So I go out to the truck. The guy has a little coffee cart there with the donuts and everything and a bagel. So I got a bagel with butter, and then I got a chocolate frosted donut. I ate the chocolate frosted donut. I fell asleep because I was exhausted. It was like 6:30 in the morning. Man, I wake up, doctors are over me. I'm getting stabbed with the EpiPen, and I'm like, huh? Like they said that the picture of like was my whole face was swollen, and that they looked at like it looked like I was gonna die, like because I couldn't breathe. And I said, "Oh shit!" So fast forward almost 20 years later,
find out you have an allergy.
Oh yeah, and I've been eating chocolate for years. So imagine the next couple of weeks of just all these tests and everything, and then I go to my mom and I go to the house and we take all the chocolate out. We had a box.
Nope.
Like these like moving boxes of just everything that was chocolate, like from Yoo-hoo containers and like chocolate cupcakes and cookies. I know it was just like
rest in peace.
I donated it to my cousins. I drove to my aunt's house like 5 minutes away. It was like, here you go. I dropped it off and ran away. Dude, my mom and I lost so much weight because we got off the chocolate. So we dropped like 25 pounds. And I was like, hey, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But, you could definitely I don't miss it like anymore. It's been so long. Yeah, but now I can't smell it. Like if I smell it, it gets me sick.
Really?
So yeah, like when anybody in the house has it, like they have it away from me. Like I can't even have it in the car because if you're in the car with me and it's in the passenger eats it, that smell gives me like migraines.
Wow.
And it sucks. So I definitely oh wait a second. Did she? Yeah. Oh god, I haven't had one of those either. A traditional Italian ice.
Oh god, yeah.
Those are money. I can't remember the last time I had a good Italian ice.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I had one.
There's a place out on Long Island. I dated a couple of Italian princesses out there that used to take me to places over there. Because that's where y'all lived. I used to go out there to go to the clubs, and that's where all y'all girls were. So I would go over there, and I remember there was one spot in Northport. I can't remember the name of the place. It probably ain't there no more because it's been years. But there was an Italian ice place that was just banging.
The chain out here is Ralph's.
It could have been
Ralph's Italian ice, so that's a chain. But other than that, I don't
think it was a mom and pop's. It could have been Ralph's. It's been like years. We're talking like This is like I'm 44 this year. So this girl I was dating when I was like 20, 22, 21. So it's been some years. But yeah, like the food out there. That's like the one thing I miss from New York, like, is the food. The food is definitely
some nice places around here. Not particularly like my town. I'm kind of like in a crappy area, but like you drive a little ways, it's some good foods.
So are you in that part of Long Island? You have to have a car to get around, or do you have to like drive? Like, or do you? Is there a decent transit?
You kind of have to have a car anywhere on the island, but
true.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad area. It's just not as popping as some other places.
Well, because everybody's moved. Because when my family was still living there before they moved to North Carolina, it was like everybody that had lots of money kept moving further and further out. So
Yeah.
eventually they went up. Like they went out of Long Island up into Wappinger Falls. They went up into like Brewster, Armonk, and then they went further away. And what that ended up doing was the aftermath just left prices skyrocketing for people
Hey, Big C.
that were moving in there. So,
Up, Big Z.
Oh
yeah, and he says Skadoo. So, yeah, I get. Oof. It's definitely. I understand. So, living in the area you lived in, and do you ever like see like street art or like that? That's like,
Not really.
or do you go into when you go into the city? How often do you go into the city?
Not often enough, unfortunately.
You better get yourself in the city.
I know, right? My gimpy, it takes a lot out of me to go into the city. Even just 5 points yesterday, like I've been recovering.
Oh no, dude! I can tell you stories. Hi, Mama. Come here. You.
I was like, I'm going right the fuck back to bed. I'm
here. Say hi. This is my baby. This is Lorelai. No.
No, she's gonna be shy. So I want to say hi.
She's not. Oh, she's not. No, she's not shy. Please. she's just no is her word now.
Oh, okay. Oh,
you
said 2, right?
Yeah, she's watching her Sesame. Yeah, she's just turned 2.
Yeah.
So it's no, and then she'll be sweet on you when she wants to be sweet on you. She'll be like, because she'll be like, Papa, I love you. Because here she goes right back. Hi. That's my geek baby. That's my little mini me.
Yeah, that no is a nice face. Everything is no.
Thank you. Yeah, she's like no, but then she gives me like this face, like she'll go like this. And I'm just like, I told my wife today, I said, she knows how to sucker me.
Mine is 14.
No. Lorelai is she is not Filipino. She is Puerto Rican. She is Puerto Rican, Nigerian, Persian, and white. So she gets the three of those things from me, and then the white from my wife. And Lorelai is actually, if you're a fan of the Gilmore Girls, Lorelai Gilmore. That's where she got her name. My wife named her. She has my mom's first name is her middle name, so it's Lorelai Evelyn. Hence, we call her Rory. So
nice.
No, Pinoy. That's an interesting look. That she looks Pinoy. I've never heard that, so that's kind of interesting. Not insulted. That's interesting.
Maybe I am.
You might be. I mean, if you are, she was adopted. That's why. So, thank you. I appreciate that, Big C. It means a lot. My wife is an avid fan of Gilmore Girls, so that was like when we first met. Well, put it this way.
It's funny that you mentioned it because my kid is literally just watching it now. She's like, I started watching this show on Netflix called Gilmore Girls. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, she's watched it forever.
It's actually really good. I'm like, yeah, it's good. I used to watch it back in the day.
Yeah, so did I. And then I didn't care about it, but like then I meet someone that loves it. And then our other daughter is named Lana, as in Lana Lang, Smallville. Yeah. And then my son is named Brandon after Brandon Lee. So like all 3 of the kids got names that are related to some sort of celebrity and or character that like my brother named my nephew, his son, Oliver, after Oliver Queen from the Green Arrow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad I never had kids because mine would just be Silent Bob.
My name is Rafaela, and that's after her grandma. But then her name is Azalea, video game character that my ex was obsessed with.
See, wait, you said that with such vile. I love you're like my ex. Like I know that feeling because they're just some of the exes are like, I have one ex I'm friends with. Every other ex can go kick rocks and burn in like piss and vinegar and hell.
Yeah, my ex.
Are you laughing, boo? So yeah, hey, I'll tell people how I really feel. You know me, I ain't got no filter. I'm a 3 New Yorkers. There's 3 New Yorkers in the chat right now, babe. We give no Fs. But yeah, I'm basing the comment on the name. Yeah, it's true because Lorelai would have been something a different. I guess the not the spelling, but I guess the pronunciation. Who knows? But yeah, I'm trying to think. So, are you doing anything right now? So, let's bring it back to art, because we do that every now and then. We like to take the train, we take the car off course, and we try to bring it back.
We
And
derail pretty quickly.
And we're doing this. Notice Smitty's not here because if Smitty was here, he would have been like this. Smitty, if you pop in and watch this, I expect a comment at some point tonight. If not tomorrow, I'm gonna see something.
Toy talk. I love him. He's
he's such a good dude. We love him.
He
like I
is.
said, we miss him. But I love when things get derailed, and I just love seeing his face just sink. Like I'm
It's just like, all right, stop.
I mean, I have all sorts of stuff that's in progress, but like I said, I have like carcasses up the wazoo. I have just things I like to get like Dremel happy. So I like have days where I just need to like carve stuff.
Cool.
I can't get used to the camera. Like it's all back.
That's all right.
So I make holes. I make holes and stuff, and I do my whole guts and gore thing. I have a lot of that scattered around the house. I have the RAM thing that I already showed you guys. That's a work in progress. That's just for me. That will end up being for sale at some point. I'm in the cake show that's coming up next month. Trash Panda is having a cake show.
I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be done with it already, but I'm not yet. So
you're getting there.
I'm not gonna show it off. I don't get in trouble.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, that's really about it. I have a couple of shows coming up. Supposed to be in a Booze and Buddies show for the Turtle Caps. So for people who aren't familiar with turtle caps, like that's the vinyl piece. And as you can see, like it's still blank. I haven't done any work to it yet.
You're working. No, you're working on it. It's up here. Look, it's up here.
It's in the head, yeah.
Exactly.
So I have this really ambitious like design that in my head, and I'm a little nervous about doing it. It's not the usual guts and gore. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Avatar.
Which Avatar? The Last Airbender?
The Last Airbender.
Yeah. Wait, am I familiar?
Liked the whole concept of turning it into a lion turtle.
Ooh.
And making like a whole little civilization on its back. So like that's the concept. Nice. Very cool.
That's my magic cards that I play. So when you said that, I'm like Avatar. I'm like, I have those.
Yeah. So that's the idea. But I mean, I only got like 2 weeks pretty much at this point to get cracking and get it done. And I still have my cake to finish. And so yeah.
How like that? Is the turtle cap huge or is your hand just small?
No. Wait, who said that?
Big C.
No, turtle cap's not huge. I have tiny hands. They're large for women, but like, I don't know, man. Your hands. How tall are you? Hands are massive. Like he's.
Wait, how tall? How tall are you?
Gorilla hands.
All right, Scadutes. How tall are you?
I'm only 5'5".
All right, you're average. You're average height for a lady.
Yeah.
So. You're considered possibly even tall for someone.
RA, my hands are all fucked.
Dude, yeah. Who are you telling? I'm with
whatever.
I'm 6'1". I'm 6'1". So trust me, I know.
Big C's got fucking Hulk hands. That's what he's got. So I don't know what the fuck.
Oh shit! Look at that. Look, Big C. You hear that? Oh, you better watch out. And
he knows he's got big hands.
Hey, big hands. I don't know. I don't want to continue that. That's
easy.
That's supposed to be big feet. All right. I heard he's got.
This is not OnlyFans, Trey. Just
listen.
I heard he's got little feet, man. Calm down.
Wow.
I love Big C. He knows I love him.
Now, see, Big C, look at the love right there. So even with the small feet, you
Yeah.
get big love for small
just
feet.
picked on him.
Big gloves, exactly. Little socks though, little socks. So, oh my god.
And so, I mean, those are some of the projects I'm working on right now. In addition to like a crap load of just side jobs, I have this one that I started last year, and then it broke, and I had to reconstruct, like make redo it basically. I
I
I
like the
salvaged
colors.
I salvaged the ribs that I sculpted, and then I just had to attach it into a new body. I used epoxy to secure it in there because I like to work in Sculpey, but Sculpey is not. It's not as tough as I would like. It breaks. Big C, I'm sure will talk shit in a minute because he hates Sculpey, but I don't like working in epoxy that much. It dries really quickly, as opposed to Sculpey where I can keep adding to it, bake it. I can play with it for as long as I want. But not a lot of artists really enjoy working at polymer clay in general. Is kind of can be a little fragile.
I mean, I bet you. And then do you have to? I know at home it's a lot easier, but do you have like a kiln that you
Oh,
go to,
I
or do
use
you
the
do everything at
oven.
home?
I use the oven.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. I know a
Toy,
lot of
toy
people do
and
that.
all. You just set it to a low setting. You throw it in the oven, leave it in there for an hour and a half or whatever it is. Doesn't melt the toy. You're good.
Wow, that's actually cool. I never knew that. Like,
Yeah,
that,
a lot of
I,
people are worried about everything melting, but it doesn't. I'm always setting the oven to 200. I just leave it in there long enough for it to cure properly, and then it's good.
with your love of gore, and I say this as a compliment because I think that's actually really cool because not many women, like my sister is a huge fan of horror, and her boyfriend also is a huge fan of horror, which I thought was really cool. Um, do you feel like that helps with your understanding of anatomy and how you want to do things and kind
It
of
definitely
influence?
does. Yeah, yeah. I use a lot of reference. I'm always, even though I've sculpted rib cages like a million times, I still like to pull up the pictures or use some kind of an anatomy reference of some sort. Look at an old sculpt, like whatever the case may be. But yeah, absolutely. I have a lot better understanding of the anatomy than I did.
Now, did you? Now, I'm going to ask this: are you into like anime or Japanese comics or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, I will watch anime. I was big on it for a few years, but like I love Naruto and certain different things I follow, but I've kind of
It's
lost that.
tapered off.
Yeah, yeah, I've lost the drive to watch it.
'Cause I would say that your style would be very akin to Attack on Titan,
Yeah, I mean, I
and
only watched some of that, but I know it's supposed to be really good.
yeah, with the way the Titans look with the musculature and like they'll have like when they disintegrate back into human form, they're like you see the muscle rip away from the flesh,
Yeah.
and like and it's now down to the bone, and then like they do some very cool stuff. And I was like, has like anybody ever come to you and said like I would love to see something in your style done to
Not yet.
something
No,
like
no,
that?
not yet. The whole Gore thing really started. I was big on collecting Living Dead dolls long before I even started with any of the designer toy stuff, and they're I'm not really one for dolls, but they're more like a thicker like toy. So they were very appealing to me, like a thicker, larger action figure, and they were easier to customize than say working on an action figure because I was
Mm-hmm.
prior to that I was collecting like Spawn stuff. So I got into the dolls and I started like seeing other people customize theirs. And I'm like, well, I went to art school. I was like, I could do that shit too. And I was like, oh, let me try. I want to do something different. Let me try making it deader. How do I make it deader? And I was like, oh, I'm going to start carving holes in this shit. That'd be cool. And it just went from there. All right. Once I make the hole, like, where do I go from there? And I started filling with clay and all right. And I go from there. All right. A bone goes here and blah, blah, blah there. And I started making them more and more. And I did that for a good 10 years. And then I really just started getting into designer toy stuff the last 2 years, 2.5 years, where I'm like, all right, I'm so bored with what I've been doing because it's the same thing over and over and over again. Like it's the same doll, no matter what. Like it's the same canvas every single time. I want something different. I want something challenging. So now, like designer toys, oh wow, I could customize that. I could customize that. I could do my thing on all these different forms and have something different every time. And then I started getting ballsy, like pushing myself, like, all right, I never really sculpted my own stuff before. Let me try starting with my own stuff. So I started with my rat. Like this is a new one that I'm working on. I have a rat that I do, Rufus. There we go. And I just started, I showed the pumpkin off before, and I just started doing my own thing. So I have a toy of my own now, which I'm working on, and that's the rat. And I want to get the pumpkin done and start doing something with him and just start kind of getting into my own characters in addition to everything else. Still try and incorporate the guts and gore into my own sculpts and go from there.
So, see, I mean, look, you got 2 characters. It'd be something cool to see, like, some digital art. Have you ever thought of commissioning somebody to do digital art of your characters?
No, like I said, I never really experimented with that stuff before. Going digital.
No, have you? No, not you doing it, but like maybe like have you ever gone to like
commissioning other people to do it? No, I haven't yet. No.
Because I think that would look cool. I mean, I think that you have something that could be the starts of some very cool, like your version of like a Halloween style world.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Definitely. Yeah, I mean, I'm really loving the pumpkin. I need to just find the time to get it done. I have like so much where I do for other stuff and commission, not even commissions, but like I've been doing the shows a lot now, trying to push myself to be involved more with what everyone else is doing. So I don't know. And plus I have like ADD. I start working on something and then it's like, oh, shiny. And I move on to the next project. I get an idea and that's my shiny. And before I know it, I'm thrown into this other project and I'm looking at the other thing. I'm like, I should really finish that. Yeah, but now I got to finish this. And then I get overwhelmed and then I just move on to something else because that's a good idea.
Of course it is. Didn't you know that? Like you're supposed to be able to, you're supposed to juggle and like keep juggling. Then when it falls, pick up and just throw another ball in there. Why the hell not?
Yeah. Yeah, I make jokes about that. Well, like almost every new post is like, yeah, because I don't have enough to do. Here's a new sculpt, or here's a new toy, new work in progress that'll never get finished.
Oh no, trust me. I know that how you feel because like I just recently, because you got, and I've said this to every single person that's gone on this show, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I think you guys have definitely given me the bug of wanting to do of being creative, but I can't draw. I can't do things like that, but I have now started a collaboration between Surge and Destroy Myself, and then I'm working with a comic book artist, and we're doing a whole story, so we're working on that. So it's like I got 2 different projects that I got in the fire already to kind of do something cool because legacy. You have a young one, so you know how it is that you want to leave a legacy for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Something. I would love that.
And I think that's what I'm working on now.
She doesn't really show much interest in my work. She just kind of like pats me in the head and was like, yeah, that's cool, Mom. That's nice. Good job. And then I brought her the 5 points and she got to like meet my inner circle. So that was really cool. She was like bonding with my people. I was like, yes, maybe this is a step in the right direction. So it was nice. She like picked up her first little designer toy from Snap Rabbits. She was like, "Oh my god, that little mushroom is so cute!" And then she saw the micros next to it, and she's like, "Oh my god, I need it!" And so she got a couple of those, and she got herself a couple of this and that and stickers. She's done New York Comic Con with me before, but it's always just been like we've just gone, and I didn't really know anybody that was vending, so it was just to go. But now, like doing shows where actually I have friends there and I can bullshit and hang out. The different scenario, different scene.
Oh, trust me, I just found out Magic Monsters because Dongle had posted that Magic Monsters was they were here, and I'm like, wait a second, like. You were at my convention, like that's 20 minutes from my house.
Yeah, like, I love her. I I have
I
a whole
wish.
box of her stuff. Oh my god, I have like a whole little section.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her on the show too because I think
I
she
adore
does such great work. I love what she does.
I've had Smitty now. I
Yeah.
feel better about this show.
That looks awesome.
This is one of her customs she did on. I can't. Hold on. We turn the camera around. No, that didn't work. Is there? I'm used to boozing or Instagram. You just hit a button and the camera screen like rolls around.
I know.
But yeah, she did a show for boozing, and I'm like retarded. But anyway, it's an amazing piece, and
Yeah,
she
she does some
amazing
good
work.
stuff.
I talk about like characters and stuff. She does some gorgeous pieces.
Yeah,
All right,
the colors are just so they pop very much on it. It's very reminiscent of like the vibrancy of color that I see out of someone like Priscilla.
Yeah, absolutely. She's another one. I've been following Priscilla for like the last 2 years, and I love her. She's been super supportive from day one. Absolutely love everything she does.
And we're I feel like that's a good thing. And I want to ask you this question as a parent and as a woman because I asked to Priscilla the same thing. How does it feel for you to have this awesome platform of your art that if your daughter eventually, now that she's gotten her feet kind of wet in it, so to speak, is this something that you could see your daughter possibly doing and taking up as an interest that you would support?
I mean, I'm gonna support anything that she's interested in. Anything, even if it's like collecting dumb stuff that I don't approve of. It's still like whatever. But I mean, I would love for her to get into the art stuff, but she shows no real interest in it. We'll see what happens. She made jokes about this toy she was gonna start making, and I was like, I'll sculpt it up. I was like, we'll sculpt it up. I'll get Alex to cast it for me. I was like, then there you go. So she started making jokes about how she was going to be more popular than me and blah blah blah. So we'll see what happens with that.
Trust me, my daughter is starting to show that the older one, she's definitely starting to show the level of talent. Like if you saw the Father's Day gift she made for me, I've had several artist friends tell me like, how does she do that? The head, like make it like perfectly symmetrical. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. She took hours. All I know is that she got up early on Sunday and like ran it through till like about 6:00 at night when she gave it to me. So and I love it. It's framed. It's above my desk. It's like her first piece of signed artwork that I have.
Very nice.
And I love it. And I told her, I said that means a lot. And I think that like Alex and for her biological dad. I don't know what she did for him. Nothing. they hear that I laugh. That was an evil laugh. I don't like him because she loves me more. I'm the nerd dad. Listen. Being the nerd stepdad is a good thing because guess what? She's like, I read manga. I have books that she can read because she likes most of the same stuff I do.
There you go.
She wants a toy. I spoil her. Yeah. She's my kid. I don't care. There ain't no step. She's mine. And I spoil both. All the kids get spoiled. The wife gets spoiled too. I spoil myself, and then they spoil me when they're supposed to. So that's how I like it. It's what you're supposed to do. But that's cool. Like I love that I get to hear different parents' perspectives on how it is because as a woman in the field, I know that it can feel awkward. Because it feels like a lot of the artists I'm seeing a lot more women come up as artists, and it's cool to bring them on the show. But I know that like Priscilla was saying a few years ago, it was a very male dominated field, and that it was difficult.
I don't know. I don't feel that way, but it's also like a couple years ago, like I wasn't around and in the scene a couple years ago, so pretty new to it. Everyone's been crazy supportive and had my back. Just about every single person I've come across. So it's real nice.
So I'm gonna ask you this because I know where to find you.
Yeah.
But if we need to create stalkers for you, where can they find you on the lovely place of the
I
internet?
don't mind stalkers. It's all right. Stalk a little
Listen,
bit.
send her
Little
gifts.
bit.
Listen, send her gifts. As long as you guys don't creep on her, you get the PO box. You're not gonna get her house.
I might not even mind that.
Look at
You
that.
haven't
See?
been on my Facebook long enough to see the geezer posts and all my nonsense.
Oh wait, you mean that? Go through mine. How about we'll trade? Let's go through and we'll see who has the most. Because now that we're new friends to this, I'm totally gonna see that. Now I'm gonna stalk it and go through it. So, besides your personal Facebook, where can anybody find you and your?
Just really just Instagram, j.scadutes, just like it shows on the screen. I'm Jennifer Scadutes on Facebook. I don't mind new Facebook friends. You're more than welcome to add me. That's right. I don't really dabble in anything else. So
Yeah, she's actually really cool. I'm not. If you like food porn, trust me, folks. If you love food porn, she will flood your Facebook feeds with food porn.
I used to have crazy geezer stories because I work in a deli and I deal with creepy old men all the time. But it's been kind of quiet at work, so I don't have too many of those anymore.
Come on, you gotta love those guys that come up. I'll take care of you. Come on, just come over. We'll sit and have some cannolis and coffee.
Yeah,
we'll be good.
Well, if you're interested, I have a hashtag on Facebook. It's Tales from the Corner Store, and it'll bring up all my ridiculous stories. So
I'm gonna have to check.
There you go. Out. Yeah.
So see, folks, this is a great thing. Jen, I'm so thankful.
Right, thank you for having me.
You on.
It's been fun chilling, chatting.
Bob, you got anything else you want to close out the show with? I'm gonna let you close the show out today.
I'm good.
I say I'm
he's a man
of many words.
I mean, I have big shoes to fill with Smitty not being here, and I've hit a failure. I don't have art from a lot of people.
He talks more with the food. He's all about the food.
Oh no, dude, trust me.
I mean, judging by my desk, I mean, I'm all about the art too, but
that's good.
Oh, he trust me. If we would love to see any more of your stuff, he will like you got. If you ever make stickers or whatever, Bob wants. He's gonna want something from you so he can put it on his desk. It's a memory.
I always want something. I don't say want. It's like my desk, my bookcase behind me, and apparently now my TV stand in my bedroom are turning into like sticker shrines for everyone in the community. Whether it be YouTube, custom art, whatever. I mean, literally my desk is covered. This bookcase behind me is covered. I have 2 back panels on the inside that are all creatives.
So this is my work desk. Like, it's just like a hot mess of everybody's stuff.
I mean, mine's getting there. I mean, I have the Lorbles. I've got the Ghosty of that Magic. I
actually boxed up a lot of crap because I need to like just reorganize everything and prioritize. It's just a mess.
Oh, Lord
Bates. Yeah, I mean, you can say I'm kind of a silent Bob, but that's just part of my charm.
That made me Jason Mewes, and I Snoochie.
No, I'm the big fat guy.
But what? So if you're Silent Bob, that puts me as Jason Mewes. That means you know. Snoochie Boochies.
Just don't pull off the touch and pray and
oh no,
we don't that's an image we don't need to see.
That should be our. We should make another show as we're saying here is Dre and Silent Bob.
I mean, if the Wednesday night show starts keeps fizzling the way it is, we probably could.
And trust me, if things are going the way they're going, we might have another show that based on our schedules. You never know. We're always open to ideas and we love it because it's fun. Bob and I have a great time whenever we get on the show. We always love our guests because it's always a great way to we love meeting people and bullshitting with them and just having a good old time. And that's what this is all about.
Yeah.
Like I said, the platform was for you, and I hope you had a good time. I'm glad that we got you out here, and this will not be your last time on the show because we are going to do.
It's never the last time on the show. We all know that.
Exactly.
Hopefully, I'll have some of these carcasses finished, and they won't just be dremeled bodies, and I'll have something.
So
show
here's your goal. We're gonna give
Here's
you a
my
goal
goal.
for 2023. We are looking for season 2 to go back to a lot of our guests that would
Okay.
like to be back on the show. So we're gonna take about a month off, and then around February we're gonna start booking guests again.
All right.
So we're gonna start having people come back on, and we want
That-
people. If you got stuff done by then, and you're like
That
Dre,
gives me time. I had a year. That gives me time.
and
All right.
don't worry,
I
I'm
think
your
I can
Facebook
get
friend.
something done in a year.
Well,
And I got-
well,
and-
see, now
we'll
my
harass you.
goal is to actually own a piece from her.
There
That
you go.
way, when we're talking about her, I can be like Smitty. I can
There
go
you
over here to the Louvre. I can go to the East Wing, and I can be
And
like,
pull it
there we go.
So don't forget, his birthday's in November, folks. He just going to drop that
wait,
out there now.
when
I
in
will-
November?
November
what?
18th.
Oh God, that's my dad's birthday.
I will be celebrating in Disney
I'm
World
the
that day.
25th. I'm the following week.
Okay.
Oh, look at you, both November babies. And I'm a
Yep.
July baby.
It's all about the Scorpio. That's what it is.
I'm
it's funny-
serious, bro.
Oh, all right.
Ah,
You
you guys
you're
are
so
close
cool in my
enough.
book. It's all good.
Look
I'm
at
letting
that.
that slide.
I love when we make new friends. It's just this connection.
But
The dungeon
But,
brings friends together, folks.
no,
That's what we do.
I'm looking forward to the second part of 2022 because I'll be in Disney World for a week.
Same here.
And I'm trying to hustle back in January for a con in Orlando, and
There you go. Nice. I gotta make you a card, right? You asked me for a
yes,
Yeah, so I gotta get you a card.
yes,
Yeah.
I can
want
pull
one
that card
too.
out until I can drop
There you go.
drop money on the big boy toy.
Yeah, you asked me for one. I got you.
Yeah, we'll message you. We will message you off of here, and we will talk to you about it. But folks, I want to say thank you guys for coming and watching us. For everybody that we've shouted out that has come through, it's been just a great level of support. It was a lot of fun. We're gonna see Scadutes on more shows. I know she's gonna be on Booze and Buddies. You know, anybody else that wants to.
I love Booze and Buddies. I love the vibe. There's always fun on that show. If you're not
Exactly.
following Booze and Buddies, get your ass on there.
Oh, I love it.
Every Friday night, it's always fun. I love popping on there.
And my advice is to hide the wallet. Hide the wallet.
Yeah.
Every
week,
time I
I'm
go
like,
on there,
I'm not spending any money, and then before I know it, my ass is broke before I even got paid.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
see, yeah, be careful.
I'm the same way.
it's
I
always a
mean, you know,
blast
it'll
to
be
watch.
like, you know, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna be good tonight. Then, you know, about 4 claims later, I'm like, I'm eating ramen again.
I've been watching that show since day one, and it's been a year, and I have missed maybe one episode, and I was pissed off at myself for missing that episode.
And now look at you've been on here, and like and many other people before you. You're always welcome to come on here anytime you're free. And if you want to pump out some art, you want to talk about stuff, or just even come hang with me and Bob, you're always welcome to.
Thank you.
Okay?
All right.
Guys, thank you. Watch your head on the way
All
out
right.
of the dungeon,
Have a good
folks.
night.
And y'all stay geeky. Peace, guys.
Bye.
And in the broadcast-